Frequently, I get emails and questions from students regarding a dress form. This is a dress form, not to be confused with a mannequin. A mannequin is what you see in a store window. That's a mannequin. This is a dress form. It comes in different sizes. This is a size 4, and different manufacturers make different types of dress forms. The good ones have a pedal at the bottom, which makes the form go up and down. See that? So you're questioning, well, why make the form go up and down? Well, here's why. If you are draping or working on a skirt, you don't want to bend down and work like this. Well, you don't want to do that. What you want to do always is you lift your form up to eye level so you can see if you're on grain, off grain, if you're straight, if the side seam is where it should be. So you always want to lift the form up to your eye level, and then you can work on your skirt and so on. Okay? Also, the good forms, dress forms, have a collapsible shoulders, which means they go in and out. Why? Because if you have a tight dress or a tight t-shirt or a top, you press the shoulders in, you put the top on, and then you release it, and then it'll fit a lot better. Okay? So now there are certain terminology that you have to be aware of when it comes to a dress form. For example, this is center front for the front, and then we have center back for the back, obviously. This center point is known as the apex. The apex is the center of your bust. When it comes to grading a size 4, for example, to a size 6, size 8, 10, 12, 14, so on, we always use the apex as the center of the pattern, and then we expand or contract the pattern to make it bigger or smaller. This is a princess seam or a princess line, either way. Shoulder seam, armhole, side seam, waistline. If you have a tape, the bottom of the tape is your waistline, neckline. And again, there are different manufacturers that make these forms. So if you Google dress form online, you can find different available possibilities for you to purchase. They're not cheap, by the way. These are pretty expensive. So in a nutshell, this is what a dress form looks like. Depending on where you live, what part of the world, whether they're available or not, they come in different sizes. Some of them actually have legs. If you were working for a company that made pants, or if you wanted to make a pair of pants, you would use a dress form like this, but actually from here down, you would have legs. And if you were doing children's wear, you would obviously use a much smaller size form to work on children's wear. What do we use a dress form for? 2 reasons, a couple of reasons. One is if you were draping something, if you were using draping as a technique and a process to create and develop new designs, you would pin your muslin or fabric onto a dress form to create your design. And by the way, if you were looking at the dress form, you want to work on the left side of the dress form. So in the front, it would be this side, and the back would be this side. And so the 2 pieces, the front and back, would be pinned at the side seam here. That's one reason for working on a dress form. The other is to check the fit of a garment. In other words, you have a garment, you've made a pattern, you've sewn the first sample, and you want to see how it fits. So you put it on the dress form to see, is it too tight? Is it too big? Is it too, do we need to adjust certain parts of the design? So we use a dress form for that purpose as well. Okay? So, there you have it. Any questions? Email me. I'll see you in class.